Hey there everyone, welcome back to Train Sim World 3. Today we are here at New York Penn Station with our Acela. We're going to be running from here at New York's Penn Station down to Trenton. We'll be taking the 2153 Boston South to Washington service. Ready to go places, so we'll lock the doors. Quickly bring the reverser to centered, bring it forward. Set my cruise control at 15. That's our start speed limit today. Brake off. This will give that half a second to equalise, and then we can stage a bit of power in and get going on our way. So our first stop in around 9 miles time is Newark's Penn Station. And we'll just get rolling that way. Quick little thing to preface today. Unfortunately, due to the fact that Dovetail haven't released a manual, and I can't figure it out, the safety system today, the alerter, the ATC, and the ACES, unfortunately isn't working, or isn't going to penalise me if I get it wrong, but you can monitor it over here to see what it actually does. So, like I say, it's a 50 limit through the through Penn Station, as we enter the tunnels. Now, I do absolutely love driving this thing. I think it's honestly great fun, and yeah, really enjoyable. So we'll just start a rolling. Just leave the throttle wide open. There we go. And we can thingy down here. So we've got proceed aspect. So that is just saying we've got, it's basically catching signals now. So it's saying, basically the way I sort of read this is your permanent wait conditions. This is your signal aspect rules. So we'll go up to a 60 momentarily. So it's basically once the tail end of the train enters the tunnel. So I do it a little bit after we pass this little white kick guard here. So yeah, you can see, you look around, there's, quite a bit of detail. All the switches are clickable, which I really quite like. So I want it to be nice and chilly in the cab. There we go. So I can just turn the temperature down. I get quite warm when I drive, you see. So I'll do it probably passing these balises here. I'll increase the cruise control, to 60 miles per hour. So actually having 58 in the box is not a bad idea, because we are going down a hill. So it just gives the train a little bit of time to catch itself before we speed. And it'll mean a smoother ride for the passengers, basically. And absolutely minimal time loss. Wow. I do love speeding through, like going through tunnels, like single bore tunnels at speed. I always find really satisfying. It feels like I'm doing like a Star Wars race down a tunnel. Now this journey there are quite a few speed changes. This is one of the things to sort of notice with this journey. Yeah, quite a few speed changes. So between New York Penn Station and Newark Penn, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 speed changes. That's in 9 miles. And that's up and down. It's normally, for example, if you're driving the East Coast Main Line from London to Peterborough, generally you stage up to 125, then you stay there for a bit, then you come down, then you go back up. Whereas this goes up and down constantly. It's absolutely mad. It's the NEC route. Obviously, is the only high-speed rail route within the USA, and yeah, it's quite sort of a handful to drive when you just focusing on it with your brain. So yeah, but like I say, I have driven with the safety systems previously, so if you look on my channel after the video is done, of course, there is a video of me doing Providence to Boston in the City Sprinter, and that was with the full safety systems, and I didn't get caught out in that. So it proves I can do it. There's a City Sprinter going the other way there. I will do a video for the New Jersey Transit trains sooner rather than later, but it's just, you know, I did this one first purely because I really quite like the Acela. It's one of those trains, just it feels, you know, really quite nice to drive, and obviously it's a speedy boy, so yeah, we like speedy boys because it means we can get the videos done nice and fast. So I've got 60 in the box. So we can now go up to basically, we have to wait for the end of the train to exit the tunnel, which it now has. So we can go 75 in the box. You can now see the train, all of its glory, streaming along here. Okay, we are authorised up to a 90 now. So I put 90 in the box. You can see the train in its full glory there. You can see the pan's fully extended at this point. You'll see it come back down. But it does bob and weave as you go under bridges and stuff. I'll show you really fast. You can slow down after this station here, which is Secaucus Junction. I think it will probably drop down as we go through a little bit. See, it drops down there. It does follow the curvature of the roof. Unfortunately, it bobs under the insulators as well, which it really shouldn't, but we'll deal with that another time. But anyway, that is a quick look at the external there. So, as we exit the tunnel, we are going to start braking for Secaucus Junction. So, for the bridge here. My apologies, not for... Come on, I'm like, there we go, 60 in the box, 60 in the box. Yeah, it's coming down at about... No, it's not coming down fast enough. So I'm going to use air to brake us. So when you adjust the cruise control, what that does is that brings in dynamic brake, but it doesn't air brake. Whereas what I did there was use air braking to control the speed, and when you air brake, it starts a lot quicker. But it's less control for the people down the back. That's why I try and use the thingies. So back up to a 90 now. I'm going to push us back up to 75. That's pretty much the fastest you can get here on this section before I have to start slowing back down again for the approaches to Newark. You can see the aircraft on approach to Newark Airport there. So at this curve here is where we start slowing down for 60. So that's what slowing for 60, which is, as you can see, why I've not accelerated as much faster, because there's no point accelerating, you know, literally braking. You know, it's just wasteful to accelerate and then brake. You know, you save very little time, but it does a lot more in terms of the you know, basically just wastes more power than it saves you time, is what I'm trying to say. Those lines down there. So the speed's coming down now nicely. Yes, it's just pulling that speed back. I'm actually going to go to 45 now, because we need to be at that speed. Basically start braking to that as we come out the bottom of here. I feel like we're not slowing down enough again, so I'm just going to use a bit of air braking. Yeah, it's because I closed the throttle, because I'm an idiot. Right, we'll build that speed back up to 45. There we go. Yes, you can see we slowed down a little early, but that's fine. It's like I always say, it's better to be too slow than too fast. And this here is Harrison Station. As we exit Harrison Station, I'm going to select 35 in my cruise control box. So you can see just after the bridge. You can't quite see it yet. Oh, you can see the wall there. That's Newark Penn Station. So now that we've cleared the station, I'll put the 35 in. The 35 is literally as you enter the platforms. I don't understand why, but the Americans do not believe in actually having physical signs for speed limit changes on these routes, it seems. So that's why I'm always a bit like cautious and, you know, ahead of myself, slowing down. And because we're approaching the station where we're going to stop, I'll pre-select 20. We'll coast down. Now station a little bit of brake. I think this is the model from TS class, sorry, from TSW 2020, I think it was, that we've got the original NEC with. If you look down there, you can see the steps they used to make you go to climb up onto platforms. And I've never seen those modelled in a version of Train Sim since. Hence, my belief is that those are part of TS class, well, part of TSW. I think it might have been TSW1 actually. Unlock doors on the right hand side. We'll put reverse it in neutral, and we can keep an eye out and see what's going on the platforms. If I was a guard, I'd stand about here. And actually, about here is a drastically better position to stand because you can actually see what's going on there. But anyway, we'll do a jump cut until we're ready to depart. Turns out we arrived about 4 minutes early here, so we've got about a minute and a quarter until the train's due off. So what we'll do is we'll just get on board, we'll go back in the cab, and we'll go probably about a minute early. Yeah, you can see, this is, well, we had a look at this in the first look. But anyway, let's mount up and start thinking about going places, eh? Let's do it! Yeah, we'll go a minute earlier, it's alright with me. Doors locked. Reverse it to forward. I got the 35s in the box. Let's go. Full power. Await the races. So, Trenton is our next and final station stop today in 47 or so miles. Ooh. Whilst we were stopped, I went and got a Monster, and it's so nice. There you go, that's the instruction completed, but it's fine. 70 is authorised. We'll wait until we pass this signal gantry here to accelerate. There's another plane going at Newark. We'll actually go past Newark Airport Station, so it's quite cool as well. Quickly tap that up to 70 because we are on reasonably level tracks, so yeah, one of those things, isn't it? That's Newark Airport platforms. There's 110, and give it a beat and then put 110 in the box. Go 109 again. Of course, this is where the original NEC route would have ended. There's a northbound ACS 64 with his pan down for some reason. He'll be one of the named like services because he doesn't actually have the cab car on the back. The cab cars go on the Northeast Regionals. Since you got the clock, so well we can do a cab tour. Actually, no, we can't. That's the other difficult thing. You can't. You don't got time to do a cab tour in this thing. Yeah. So we are being checked down to 40. We are restricted down to 45 apparently. So I will start braking the train now that I'm aware of that. That'll be because we've got an approach signal. So that goes full. Okay, so that's now cleared, and we are going to to the 80, which is fine. Although I do need to be slower than I am. There's the 85. I do believe there was derailment on this set of curves. Actually, our driver basically forgot they were here. There we go. So, yeah, I'm basically using this as my authorization for speed at this point, and knowing sort of the rough length of the train. You know, train's 200 yards long. That's about 200 meters. You can convert that to sort of time, especially at the speed we're doing. It's basically next to no time at all. I have had a bit of a break from making YouTube videos, sort of full-time-ish, and it's actually been really beneficial. I'm coming back to it now, and I feel a lot more chill and a lot more like I know what I'm talking about. I know part of that will be because my mental health's improved as well, but yeah, overall, it's just a nice place to be. So that is Linden Station. So I'm now looking out for a grey chimney on the left hand side, which is there. And about a mile after that grey chimney, we go down to a 110 limit. Again, I'll brake probably a couple of seconds later and just use the dynamic brake to slow us down. That's on the approach to railway station. Okay, I could probably go up this gantry. Okay, it's not a signalling gantry, it looked like. No, it is a signalling gantry. Right. So I left that fairly late. Alright, nearly there. Yeah, we've got around break 36 miles to run. We do pick the pace up, so this is about a 45-minute run all in all. Well, you'll know how long the run is from seeing how long the video is. Yeah, it's like I say, I sound incredibly sad, and I'm trying not to be, but it's just a bit of a weird place to be in my head at the moment. I'll call it that much. That was a light dropping off my desk. Oopsie poopsie poopsie, oopsie poops. That's just my phone. That's even worse. Yeah. I mean, so the reason I sound a little bit delirious, probably because I am. No. Basically, I start. Well, I finished work at 4 p.m. yesterday, but I'm not due to start until 2:30 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. So 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, because I work a 2 till 10 shift. So basically, I have to be sort of mentally converting myself on this day. So that's why my body woke me up at 6:30 this morning. But I can't go to sleep until at least, sort of midnight. I go to bed until at least midnight. I will do a passenger ride video on this train. It's just getting myself organised in a fret. Okay, we've got a 105 coming up. I'm just braking for that now. There we go. Power goes back in. Speed set gets at a 104. Full power. Feels like I'm still locked out, so I'm going to go off, on, back up to 110. There we go, 110. 109. Looks absolutely amazing, this train. Yeah, so you can see the OLE is rigged really high on this route. The pans are only fully extended. Got an LP46. We'll be driving that in a future video, like I say. Interestingly, all of the trains except the player trains seem to have their pans down. That's another bug DTG somehow didn't notice. But anyway, it's nice that DTG play tests stuff. I didn't pay £45 for this experience. Start slowing down for the 95. Right, stuff on this next curve. Passing Matushin momentarily. That's the, so the, I do like the way those look. Oh, we're back into a 110 now. To give you an idea on the map where we are, we're just approaching Edison, so I was actually I'm a little bit behind myself, but yeah, basically. But sorry, what I was trying to show you, I panicked myself. That's New York. So we started here at Penn Station, we worked our way down to Newark, and now bombing it here. We're now at Edison, and we've got to run the rest of the way through to Trenton. $125-mile-an-hour running now. Got the throttle wide open and brake fully off, so yeah. Start the throttle up, let's get to run. Let's get a run at it. And that is Edison Station there. This will be North Brunswick. So New Brunswick, correction. There you go. So that's 145. However, the speed limit drops to 130 shortly thereafter. So I'll just up the speed limit to 129 for now. And you'll see, look, yeah, you can see it's already dropping back down. We had no hope of getting it to 140. So that's why I just put 130 in the box and let the train run at that speed for now. So we're now running faster than any train on HS1, other than so any train in the UK other than on HS1. Is what I was trying to say there. Next station will pass by Jersey Avenue Complex. Which I believe is a shopping complex. The next landmark we're looking out for is a scrapyard on the left-hand side. And that's just a maintenance away yard. So you can see we're now doing 145 miles an hour, which is obviously nice and high speed. Yeah, and we need to start braking now. I'll drop that speed down nice and sharply to 130 again, and leave it there. There we go. So I'll pull the cursor back to 130. $144. There we go. Throttle is on. And we should next up, we'll go up to 155. And then that'll be us in the cruise. So 150. And then that'll be us in the cruise. There's 150. So I'll notch the train fully open, and we can take it for now. Apologise for that. Now that we're in the cruise, we'll do a really quick capture. This is your ACEs and ATCS. This is ATC. Sorry. This is your safety systems. Basically, that tells you your speed. You've got headlight controls there, alert control, horn control. The low basically is quite a version of the horn. Air brake control, throttle control, thingy control, cruise control. Speedometer, speed set, notch, clock. There's obviously your brake and powering indications there. Emergency brake plunger, radio, reverse. All in all, it's actually a fairly simple cab. You know, there's not much to this. Pan up and pan downs up here, which is a bit weird. And basically up here, it's sort of very sort of an airline design. It feels like up here. This is the stuff you'll touch once or twice a day. You know. this is Princeton Junction, so time to think about slowing down. So I can put 135 in the box, and we'll start our slowdown for thingy there. You can see it's just a really gradual slowdown. Okay, so the next landmark we're looking out for, sorry, it's going to be Hamilton Station, coming up soon. And at Hamilton, we are going to lay on the brakes. Oh, before Hamilton, sorry, we're going to lay on the brakes to get us down to 120. We had a nice bit of 150 running there, which is, like I said, the fastest trains run in North America. And I think there's very few sections of the NEC that they actually run at those speeds. Of sort of above really 100 miles an hour, and it's quite unfortunate, really, that high-speed rail travel wasn't any better in the US, But anyway, I do doth digress. I'm not sure what those half crossings are. I'm presuming it's like some maintenance can load their trains up a bit easier. So I did sort of flinch for a second there because I always glance at that every now and again, just to make sure I've not missed anything. And I thought I sort of flicked and changed as I looked away. That's Hamilton, so I'll put 120 in the box. Yeah, oh, that's flicked straight over to 125 there. We're now running at the same speed as most high-speed trains run in the UK. Okay, 80, and that's a permanent way indication. And because I know we're getting quite close to Hamilton, I'll actually just put us to 45. Just because there's basically no point in going barrelling in. Sorry, to not Hamilton, to Trenton. So no, there's no point in going barrelling into that. So I'm going to put 45 in the box. Let the train think I'm slowing itself down. Okay, 45 at once is that now, so I'll put a reasonable level of brake on. Use the air brakes as well, we have them for a reason. We'll have them, use them. Strange, isn't it? We've just been running at 150 miles an hour. Now that we're slowing down, it feels like we're under 70 now. Feels like we're barely moving. There we go, 45. I've had the bell going all this time. I apologise for those of you who've been shouting at me. I heard the tone, but I just thought it was something in the train. Okay, 30 on the permanent way. So we're going to get crossed over on at Trenton. Looks like we'll get track 4 today at Trenton. Down to a 20 at once, isn't it? Now that we're onto the platforms, I go to an idle throttle, detent, and roll along the platform. That big signal isn't ours, the one at the end is. And I just missed my train home, which is great, so I've got to wait 25 minutes for the next one. Okay, reverse neutralise, doors unlock. There you go, going to handle off. So there you go, that is the journey completed. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Quite a fast run, like I say, down the NEC route. I do enjoy the Acela. It really could do with a manual DTG. You know, honestly, I don't think it'd be that much, would it? See, we had a little bit of speeding, but to be honest, you look at it, there were tiny, there's one bit there, one bit there. That's it, you know, we held our own pretty well then. I'm quite pleased with that, actually. 57 miles, 153 yards walked. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.